Always free and full of variety. This is Cyber FM. www.cyber-fm.com.
And now,
if it wasn't hard, everyone would do it.
Sport Hard. With your hosts, Trent Caldwell.
Welcome to the party, pal.
And David Imondi.
Yippee-ki-yay, mother.
Two guys, one show. The odds are against them. And that's just the way they like it.
Yeah, this is Sport Hard, Sport Talk Radio. Trent Caldwell, and to my left, on a solemn, solemm day, Dave,
For you.
Mr. David Imondi.
Yes,
How are
sir.
you recovering?
How are you recovering is the better question.
I don't know what you mean. I honestly, nothing much happened.
No.
I had a nice weekend.
Did you?
Yeah, did a little shopping, a little
Yeah.
Bed Bath & Beyond.
So there's nothing
I
you
don't
really,
have
nothing to really
talk
about
let
today?
Let me check the rundown and see what's going on.
All right.
On this week's rundown, number one, President Trump is at war with the NFL, but will all that change now that a fellow fan of crotch grabbing is starring in the league? Number two, it's time to talk college football, or as New Yorkers call it, the sport I pretend to know about when the Giants are drafting.
Hey.
And number three, the saddest day in Ohio in years has finally came to be.
For the second time.
Lance Stephenson's a Laker. All that and more, Sport Hard, Sport Talk Radio. So I guess let's rip the Band-Aid off. The
Lead
big
it off.
news, the big news of the week. LeBron James is no longer a Cavalier.
He's not.
He's not a Cavalier. He is going to be a Los Angeles Laker. Signed a maximum deal.
That's the surprising part.
Well, there's a lot of surprise. There wasn't really a surprise. You know what I'm getting all the time is, well, you knew it was coming, right? And yes, I mean, I said it here in this very seat on this very show like a month and a half ago.
Yeah.
And I mean, it doesn't mean it hurts any
No,
less.
I got to say, to see the news pop up on that bottom ticker, LeBron James, 4 years, $154 million Lakers, but then to see him superimposed in that jersey, you know, as much as everyone talked about it, you even said it, I didn't really think it was going to happen a couple of, weeks ago, but then as we got closer to it happening, you kind of, all right, it's going to happen. It still was weird. It's weird.
It's still a little weird.
Yes.
I mean, I'm gonna get into it here in a little bit, the whys and who benefits from this and what everybody's looking at. But just, for us and for everyone back home.
Watching.
For you, the listener,
Yes.
watcher now, and the listener. It's a little like this, right? So out of the blue, you think everything's going fine in your relationship, and your girlfriend calls you and says, you know what? I met this hot European guy who lives in this beautiful place.
Well, haven't
and
we
I'm
all?
I'm gonna go hang out with him, and goodbye, I'm never coming back. And then she calls back a few years later. It's like, you know what? I missed you. I just miss it. It feels like home. I'm coming home.
And you got
you're
married.
so happy, and you get married, and everything's great.
Everything's
and then it
fantastic.
slowly falls apart. Slowly, ever so slowly, you feel the burn until she's like, I can't do this. I can't do this. And you're like, I know it's coming. I know it's coming.
Just
and
do
then
it.
She cuts the cord.
There it is.
It's exactly what it feels like. Exactly.
It's pretty-
it's exactly like that.
pretty-
It's not even the
pretty in-depth.
same exact thing.
It's like you've been through that before.
I'm just saying, from somebody, it's kind of what it's like.
Okay.
But yeah, it was a rough. It also makes it rough that I living here in New York and working
Yes.
out here in Long Island. You come here and somebody's like talking about John Tavares, and you're like, are you kidding me?
Well, that's what I thought we were going to be talking about for a good
And
while,
we'll
and then
get
this
into that,
happened. But yeah.
we'll get into that a little bit. But it's like, and then they're like, well, what happened to you? I'm like, are you kidding? It is not the same thing. Not the same thing.
No, it is not.
Yes, the Islanders did a lot of other great things right. The Cavs are going to be really bad for a while.
For a good long time.
Like a long time.
Yeah. Hey, look on the bright side.
The timing of this for the Cavs does not work out in a lot of ways. One, he could have, if he would have let his intentions known sooner, I don't think they take Colin Sexton in the draft.
Who did they take a swing on Michael Porter instead?
I would.
Yeah.
Because I would take a chance. He's got the best chance of being the next guy.
Yeah.
I mean, if he's hurt, he's hurt. If his back's beyond repair and he never recovers again, whatever.
Well, so be it. Yeah.
But you got to take that shot if you got nothing in the cupboard.
True.
And you take Sexton because you need a point guard.
Yes.
To take some of the ball handling responsibility away from LeBron. So that's number one.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, they're stuck with these bad contracts. All guys they brought in for him. To supplement this roster to get them a title, which they did.
Who he handed money to, essentially. Basically, Tristan Thompson and J.R. Smith owe their contracts because LeBron wanted them there.
I mean, and as mad as we are at JR, hit some big shots in those finals. You know, you can justify spending this money for a title. Kyle Korver's earned some of that money. I mean, you can, even Tristan Thompson. I mean, but now that he's gone, it looks ridiculously bad.
It is a team of albatrosses,
and no one's going to want a lot of those guys. So now you got to look into move. Now you got to break it, right?
Yeah,
break it all. Start it all.
Kevin Love got to go.
But another reason he's kind of put them in a bad spot is the draft coming up. The lottery odds have changed, so you can't really do the process anymore.
No.
You can't tank on top of tanking, hoping to get a top 5 pick, because the new lottery rules are going to prevent you from doing that.
Isn't it the top 5 teams all have like similar odds?
Well, after you get a number 1, you can't. You then get pushed to a lower odds for the next lottery.
Yeah,
you don't get those same odds coming back, even if you have the worst record in the league.
Okay.
So that kind of hurts them just a little bit. It's not going to be a very deep draft next year in a league where they're going to be a bottom 5
compared
team.
to this one. Yes.
Right. So now they're stuck a little bit in that regard.
Mm-hmm. Take a deep breath. Get it off your chest, man. Come on. Come on. Come on.
It's
in there.
I know it's in there. I'm trying to hold back tears. But it's going to be a long road.
Yeah.
It's going to be a long road. I mean, we can sit here and talk about ways out and all that, but it's bad contracts, new lottery rules. They're not really set up. The one and done rule is going to possibly go into effect.
Yes.
So that stops us from even getting LeBron Jr. Ohio State could have had LeBron Jr. and he screwed that up even.
Oh, that's what you meant by we.
Well, that's a we. If you're a Cavalier fan, you're also an Ohio State Buckeye fan for the most part.
Correct.
So yeah, we're tanking for Bron Jr. now. Yeah. This is what we got. We're on the clock. Wow, we got 6 years.
What is it? 5-6 years? Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure he'll be done before that.
But hey,
bring him in.
You have to look on the bright side. Dan Gilbert got his team back.
We're gonna. I mean, just for everyone, for everyone listening here, for you back home
watching,
we have a secret that we were going to share. We got a transcript from our glorious inside.
These guys.
There's been a lot of people and a lot of rumors going around.
Yeah.
About this him moving, but we got a real script of what really happened when LeBron called Dan Gilbert. That is coming up. That's
these
coming
guys
up on segment 2.
Are the hardest workers in the business who get this stuff for us.
I mean, you won't believe what we've got.
It's incredible.
But first, before we get to the inside scoop and we talk about Dan Gilbert, let's talk about what happens for the Lakers now. So. The annoying Lakers fans who now believe that they're at the top of the heap.
Oh, my God.
They miss out on Paul George. Paul George goes back to Oklahoma City, 4 years, $137 million max. Doesn't even meet with the Lakers.
No.
So he wasn't even thinking of that.
Bravo to Oklahoma City, taking that chance to go get him when it was out there that he's basically doing what Kawhi Leonard is doing now, saying, you could trade for me, but I'm a free agent next year and I'm going to the Lakers. And Sam Presti, credit to him, took the swing, and Russell Westbrook, whatever they did in Oklahoma City, it obviously worked because you hear a lot about these guys wanting to take the 1+1 to go back to free agency. Paul George is there 4 years. LeBron took 3 years. These guys are staying for the long term.
Right. Also, you're going to have a playoffs with Andre Roberson back next season. I think that team is better than people think it is.
Yeah.
Another year playing together.
They added Nerlens Noel today.
It's a very interesting squad. It just goes to show you the climb the Lakers are going to have to make if they don't get Kawhi Leonard or DeMarcus Cousins. They got to get one of those two guys. If they don't, you're looking at the 6th seed in the West, even with LeBron.
And you're not dealing with a team at San Antonio who, even if they think they're backed into a corner and their only spot to trade him is the Lakers, they're not going to settle. The Lakers, the Spurs will take a shot and say, you know what? We don't like what we're getting, and you want to go there? That's fantastic. You got to prove you're healthy first. So whether you like it or not, you're stepping on that court as a Spur, and you're going to show people that you still have the marquee value that everyone thinks you have.
Well, yeah, Popovich has the juice to do that.
Yes.
Now, he's still going to want something for Kawhi Leonard. Now,
Without a doubt.
You can call his bluff. He has said, I'm not playing. I'm not going to play. You could bring me back. I'm sitting. Well, I would say go ahead and sit.
Go ahead. You're only hurting yourself.
Because you're eventually going to want to get paid, right?
Yes.
Everyone wants money. So it's going to be rough for him to sit for a year, not collect a paycheck, and then have to resell himself the following year. And if anyone can pull that off, it's Popovich, because he has ultimate power over there. It's not like he's got an owner leaning over him saying, like a Dan Gilbert saying, we need something for him, and he's going to leave anyway, like they did with Kawhi Leonard or Kyrie Irving.
Yeah.
So, I mean, in retrospect, this domino started falling when Dan Gilbert decided to go from fire David Griffin, who was kind of the glue of that team.
Yes.
Then that goes into Kyrie Irving saying, I want out. Somehow that leaks, which I don't know how. Well, I know how, but a professional team would not let that leak. A good organization does not let that leak. Somebody on the inside tipped someone off to let them know they were shopping Kyrie Irving. And that tells me that there is some discontent in that organization with people that work there. Doesn't seem like a happy place to work.
Cleveland? No, it does not seem that way at all.
A lot of drama.
Yeah, to say the least.
So, I mean, if you're the Spurs, you certainly don't want to follow that path.
And if you're the Spurs, you look at the Paul George deal. Like we just said, he wanted to be a Laker in the offseason. He was going to sign with them. Oklahoma City took their shot, and now he's there for the long term. If you're a team like the Sixers and you feel that you have this community there that, this young core of players, not to mention Brett Brown was an assistant coach on Pop's staff when Kawhi was there. You get him in there, you get him into that culture. Next offseason can come and Kawhi can say, you know what? I don't want to go anywhere. We could be the best team in the Eastern Conference with me, Simmons, Embiid for years to come. He could sign long term, and lo and behold, the Lakers could be LeBron, JaVale McGee, Lance Stevenson, and the rest of who knows who.
I can't wait to see that, by the way.
It's going to be a reality show.
Look, I'm not rooting for the Lakers, but I don't wish LeBron any ill. I think most of Cleveland is pretty. We respect the guy. What he did in the community is incredible.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I cannot really say a bad word about the guy, and I'm just good. We're just going to miss him.
Yes.
And Cleveland basketball is going to be. It's going to be a long hole to dig out of, but I don't begrudge him leaving. I know he wants. I think a driving factor behind this, and secretly one of the leading factors, is there's just better basketball programs out there than there are in the Akron, Ohio area.
Big time.
So he put his son in this high school where he's going to play with, Kenyon Martin's kid and somebody else's kid. I can't remember who it is.
Not sure, yeah.
But, it's a fast Sierra Canyon, I believe is the name, and he wanted his son to play there. I think he wants more than anything. And I think he might enjoy more than anything is coaching his son in basketball. I think he wants to be close enough where he can make that happen. I think this was a bigger factor that you could talk Hollywood, you can talk all the money he's going to make, the deals he's going to make. That was going to happen no matter where he was.
And it already has.
Being around your son and giving him the best chance to succeed, I think was a huge factor.
Family has absolutely played a massive role in him deciding this. And you say coaching. He's even joked, I don't want to say joked, but talked about, kind of passingly, but kind of seriously about, it'd be cool one day to play on the same team in the league with my son.
Yeah.
So he gets him here. He gets to be around him all the time.
That's going to be.
Could you imagine that? Braun and Braun Jr.
That's going to be. I mean, I wouldn't put it past him.
Running a fast break together when Pops is 40.
I mean, he seems to not age. So
no,
I don't.
Keeps him. He's a physical freak.
It will be interesting.
Yes.
Now, I mean, I don't know how he's going to be able to manipulate that.
Because Cleveland's still going to stink at the time. They're going to get Braun Jr. and he's going to come home.
Now you're thinking.
And he's going to come home on his walker one more time.
This is why I put you on this show. These great ideas like this. I love it. All right, so. One more thing before we kind of go to break here. I think now that the East is the new G League.
Oh, my God,
I think the move to make, if you're Boston or Philly, you have got to get Kawhi Leonard, no matter what it takes. Because they've spent so much time waiting for LeBron to leave. When's LeBron leaving? We can't get over the hump. Now that he's gone, you forgot something. He's not the real monster in the room. The monster in the room's in Oakland.
Yeah.
The monster in the room is Golden State. And Kevin Durant just cut a deal where he keeps helping them out so they can re-sign people. So they're not going anywhere anytime soon, and you don't have the firepower to beat that team. you need to upgrade.
Yeah.
If I'm Boston, now Philly, obviously, you can make some moves and see what's out there. You can offer a Saric, a Covington,
A Fultz if you want to.
a Fultz. I think you've got to throw him in if you can get Kawhi Leonard.
And you've got a treasure trove of draft picks.
But if you're Boston, and I'm dead serious about this, you need to package either Kyrie Irving, who's hurt a lot, or Gordon Hayward for Kawhi Leonard. He is
Really?
better than both those guys.
Yep.
If he is healthy, you need to know for sure that he's healthy. But anyone on that team who's not Jason Tatum, who I think is young and has got superstar potential.
Yes.
And Kyrie Irving's a superstar, don't get me wrong, but he's not Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard does it all. Does it all.
Yes.
He can be the leader of your team if you're getting that guy.
Now, one thing you said, you have to make sure that he's healthy, but I think with the players that you mentioned, Pop's going to want to make sure that they're healthy as well. With Kyrie coming off of this injury, Hayward recovering
I think if
from
you're the
his
Spurs
injury.
and you're getting Kyrie for it, I think that's about as good as you're going to do.
I get it.
Now, Pop's going to hate him playing defense.
Oh, well, that's...
But it's going to be a rough one there.
But like you said, if you're going to get rid of Kawhi Leonard and a package that you're going to get is going to start with Kyrie Irving, your ears immediately perk up.
The distance between, if we're going to rank NBA players, if they're both supremely healthy, the distance between the two is not huge. But if you're going to fight Steph Curry and Kevin Durant in a 7-game series, you need a couple superstars. You need one top 5 guy.
And Kawhi is the guy who can carry your team offensively, which he's proven he could do, but is also that guy who's capable of locking up and shutting down your best offensive threat.
Right. And let's not forget, Kyrie couldn't do it with LeBron last year. So what's he going to do? Gordon Hayward's there? That's gonna beat Golden State. It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
So you got to do something, and you got to do something drastic. And Danny Ainge is not.
He's not
above
afraid
doing something.
No,
drastic.
he's not afraid to pull the trigger on anything.
Just something to think about.
I completely hear you.
And also, Chris Paul resigned, so that's Houston's running it back. So that's another monster you got to conquer.
Now they got to get Capella back in the fold. They did lose Ariza though, which sneaky kind of big loss for them.
Yeah.
So
they'll survive.
Yes, I agree.
All right, so we're going to take a break. We're going to come back, and like we promised, we got the real scoop here. It's coming.
Dan Gilbert.
The
LeBron
real
James.
phone call. I got it all. Now, we didn't record it, but we have the transcript. We are going to reenact.
Yes, we are.
The Gilbert LeBron James.
It should be fun.
Phone call.
Yes.
After this, Sport Hard, Sport Talk Radio.